today we're going to be talking about things to do in California other than going to the beach and going to LA. And I'm going to be dealing with some cannabis. So enjoy. All right, Rob, well, you'll be leading the conversation this time. That way you can get a chance to speak. So what do you want to talk about first?
All right, so we're going to start at the very top. We're going from Northern California to Central California to Southern California. And I'm only going to be picking 2 things in each category. So that way we have 6 things to talk about. And in between that, David's going to be making some wisecracks and going to be talking about cannabis. So first thing we're going to talk about is, which I found actually really interesting. I've never been to this, by the way. This is not my personal experiences. I found each of these online.
Oh, really?
We are going to be giving, each link is going to be in the description below if you guys want to go down and check those out. In depth, we have 25 things to do in NorCal.
Northern California.
Yes, in NorCal. So we're going to get started with that. The one that stood out to me really on this list was the Walt Disney Family Museum. Now,
and that's in Northern California?
This is Northern California, yes.
San Francisco, huh?
Yes, San Fran.
Interesting.
So, the museum lets visitors explore in detail the artistic, technological, and societal accomplishments of the man who founded the Walt Disney Empire. You'll get a chance to understand and assess all aspects of Walt Disney's work, as well as the history of the man himself. The Walt Disney Family Museum is situated at Presidio, thank you. Presidio in San Francisco. The museum is not owned by Disney. That's really interesting. You'd think that the Walt Disney Museum would be owned by Disney, but it's not. But it's run by a group of Walt Disney heirs and family members.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
That sounds like a lot of fun. It's in a pretty popular city, though, San Francisco.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people come here to see San Francisco.
Mm-hmm. Well, they usually associate San Francisco with like the city and everything. This doesn't look like it's in the city though. From the picture that I have here,
it could be in the surrounding area.
Yeah, it could be in the surrounding area, but yeah.
So I'm going to ask you about a spot, maybe in a less popular city.
Mm-hmm.
After I talk about cannabis syrup. Anyway, so I don't know. My motivation for this is kind of to inform people who think you can just smoke it that there are many different kinds of cannabis. You can pretty much put it in anything.
Well, yeah,
this sounds so obvious to me. It probably sounds obvious to people, but I mean, when somebody asks you, like, how do you get your kid to, like,
smoke a bong?
Exactly. I mean, my son takes it for seizures, Certain strain doesn't get him high. Anyway, I mean, there's still got to, there's got to be more knowledge out there that people need to attain,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so first I'm going to talk about syrup. This is crazy. It doesn't have to be refrigerated, but it always helps. So it's not so ridiculously strong, like in flavor, because you can smell cannabis in anything. I mean, it's just such a
very strong,
potent fragrance, flavor, or what have you. Yeah. I mean, now this is supposed to be lemon flavored, but you totally smell the cannabis in there big time. I like the smell personally. I associate it with healing and natural and, natural type things. Anyway, but this is interesting. You only take like a drop if you're not used to it.
Yeah.
So, full disclosure, I will take cannabis for anxiety and sometimes to help me sleep. I don't do it recreationally. I really don't like the feeling of being high.
What would happen if you down the whole bottle? You're just like...
Well, I would be very high. Yeah. And when getting used to it, I got high a couple of times, and it was very unpleasant for me. And there's always the joke of, you get high and then, like, you go to work stoned and you're trying to hide it. The struggle's real, man. And it's tough. It's tough. But it's not pleasant. I didn't get high deliberately. I just was trying to get used to it, trying to get used to what dosage I should, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess just bad timing. I mean, I had to go. And that happened to me not once but twice. I took it and then I went to work and I just didn't think about it. I just thought, okay, but I finally got the dosage figured out, and as it turns out, my body takes cannabis like a champ. I get used to it very quickly, which can be a bad thing because eventually you got to increase the dosage if you're taking it medicinally, which is what I'm doing. Anyway,
imagine you got pulled over on your way to work, and the cop comes up to the window. He's like, he starts asking you a series of questions, and then he's all, "Sir, how high are you?" "I'm doing well. How are you?" "Sir, how high are you?" "No, it's hi. How are you?"
"Sir, jump out of the car." "Jump? How high?" Anyway, that was stupid.
It was.
Talk more about California.
All right.
What do you? I want to hear about like small areas that maybe like somebody who lives in Nebraska wouldn't even know about but might want to see.
All right. So, just saw on here, there's a Safari West African Wildlife Tours in Santa Rosa, California.
Santa Rosa. That's where my grandparents lived. They lived in a suburb of Santa Rosa.
Very interesting.
Really, really pretty.
So,
actually.
Safari West Tours take guests on a trip through a 400-acre wildlife preserve.
A 400-acre wildlife, and it's in Santa Rosa.
Yeah. That's huge.
That is really interesting. Anyone who's ever been to a wildlife preserve, knows it's just fascinating. The hell are you doing? Get the hell away from my water. I will sip it, and then I will maybe give it to you if you really, really want to sip.
Please?
Alright,
Okay. Alright, so you will get a chance to spot wild animals including cheetahs, zebras, and giraffes. Guests can stay overnight at Wildlife Preserve in an authentic safari tent. I'm gonna go on this. This sounds awesome.
It's kind of cool. In a safari tent, huh?
Yeah, in a
so
safari.
Like one of those big ones?
Yeah. So it's like an overnight thing?
A West African wildlife tour, so it's on a wildlife preserve. So what kind of animals do they have?
I just said it. Including cheetahs, zebra, and giraffe. Pay attention,
I know, I was drinking water. No, that's very cool. And again, it's in Santa Rosa, California, of all places.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
And there's no television or internet on this. So if you're one of those people who cannot stand without Facebook, you're fecked. F-E-C-K.
On that note, speaking of wildlife, let's get a little wild. Who likes chocolate?
Ouch.
So, no, I don't care. I don't care. 0 Fs.
0 fix.
Alright, chocolate-covered strawberries. Besides the horrendous joke, these are,
there you go.
These are actually terrible. I really don't like these at all.
Really?
But that's just me. Yeah, they are, I hardly smell the cannabis, though, which is crazy.
You smell it a little bit, but
I hardly
it's
smell
like a
David's used to it. Okay, that's
like,
a bad one. Some of them are small, some of them are big. Show me a few examples.
Now,
a few examples of the chocolate-covered strawberries.
Now,
obviously they're small, very dehydrated.
I am 18, so it is absolutely illegal for me to be trying any form of cannabis, recreational, but if I did have a medical card, it would be legal for me to use, but since I do not...
Doctor recommendation if you're underage.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is absolutely illegal for me to try any of these. So when he said his son was trying them for seizures, it was my little brother.
With the doctor recommendation.
Exactly. Let's keep rolling.
Anyway, yeah, but I don't care for these. That's just me. Maybe you like chocolate-covered strawberries. If so, that's great. These are actually really... they taste like they should. This is... Of all the products I have and have tried, I taste it the least in this. And I've tried cannabis mints before, which are fabulous. But again, you have to like the cannabis flavor. I do, but not everybody does. My wife can't stand it. So let's move a little farther south. Now, we hear about the Central Valley. That's where we live. What is there to do other than just hold your breath and speed until you get out of it?
So speaking of speeding,
yeah.
Okay, you just mentioned speeding.
Mm-hmm.
There, over in Bakersfield, okay, there is a Bakersfield Speedway, okay? So if you're a big race car enthusiast, you really love racing, you like going out and just driving, right? You can go here and you can watch Bakersfield Speedway. It's like these little tiny stock cars. I'll put up a picture of it right here for you. But you can go and you can watch these people race. It's all dirt tracks. It's really, really cool. I watched a couple of videos. I'll link them down in the description below. But it is really interesting. I mean, they're so small. They look like little bugs chasing each other. It's funny. But yeah, so if you're looking to go out of your way, not really out of the way, because it is on the way to the Grapevine. If you guys don't know what the Grapevine is, it's this really, really, really big mountain that we have to drive over to get into LA. It's very long drive. You don't get any internet. Yeah. No internet, by the way, up there too. So you're sitting on there for an hour and a half with no internet, and you can't talk to anybody.
All right, let's talk about gummies. A little PTSD there, Robert. Trouble with kids today. Too attached to the Wi-Fi. Anyway.
I'm scared of fog too. And that's a very...
Before I age myself
Don't
more,
judge me.
let's talk about peach rings.
Oh, God. Peach rings are my favorite, but
peach
I can't
rings.
eat those ones.
Yeah. No, it's... these are good, man. These are really good. And I don't really taste... I mean, I taste the cannabis a little bit, but again, I like it. But yeah, cannabis-infused peach rings. And now, like, this only came with 5 of them. I mean, these are very strong.
Are we going to smell those?
Yeah. And I'm going to actually take these tonight because this has kind of been the preferred method lately. And it's getting around that time where I got to take my meds. So I only take half. I used to take a quarter, didn't do much for me, so half. If you're just getting started, a quarter at best. Make sure you don't have to work. But many different ways to take your cannabis. You do not have to smoke it or eat some brownies if you don't want to. These are literally just 3 ways out of an unlimited amount. That's good. Wow.
All right. So
tastes like peaches. I also taste the cannabis, but I like it. Go ahead.
Still haven't gotten my water.
Go ahead.
All right. So the next place I'm going to talk about is the Jelly Belly Visiting Center in Fairfield, California.
Nice segue.
Yes. I freaking love this place. I went there a couple times as a kid. This is probably the only one that I'm going to have as a...
Where was that again?
Fairfield, California. It's on the way to celiac camp.
In Livermore, right? Around Livermore?
Yeah, it's around Livermore.
Around Livermore.
Yeah, but Fairfield, California, it actually has its own street named after it. It's on 1 Jelly Belly Lane, Fairfield, California.
That is rocking.
It is awesome.
Is
I know,
cool.
right?
If you guys like Jelly Bellies and you want to go to the source, we got it in California.
They are located halfway between San Francisco and Sacramento off 180 and Highway 12. So it's kind of, on your way to San Francisco if you're going there, or if you're going to Sacramento. Really cool place to stop. They give this whole factory tour of how the Jelly Bellies are made, flavored, packaged, and sent off in the giant trucks. And then after that, you get 1 free bag of Jelly Bellies. It's not very big of a bag.
I'm sure they have a gift shop and stuff.
Yeah, of course. That's where it ends. So basically, on top of the free Jelly Bellies, which I think you get a bigger bag, you also get a discounted price on the photo that you take.
That's kind of cool.
Plus, you get a discount in the Visitors Shopping Center, which is awesome. Now, this is not sponsored, by the way. We just telling you about some really great stuff that, I've experienced about the Jelly Belly thing. So if you want a link to both the Bakersfield Speedway and the Personal California Jelly Belly tour, it will be in the link in the description below. Now, let's go on to your final thoughts about cannabis.
I just kind of wanted to emphasize for anybody out there who still doesn't know that there are just different ways to get it. It's not just smoking.
Yeah. There are other, what my little brother takes, they take the oil. Or not, they don't take oil, do they?
It's an oil.
Is it an oil?
It's considered an oil,
Okay. Yeah. It's basically just cannabis extract.
Well, it's like a liquid.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I'm not sure 100%. But they make an oil. And that's also refrigerated. Just for the flavor, if it's refrigerated, you don't get as much of the potency of flavor as you do if it's just room temperature. Like I said, same thing with this cannabis syrup here. Anyway, but yeah, there's so many different ways of getting it. And I feel silly kind of talking about it, like it seems like common knowledge. Yeah. But I don't think that's the case for people everywhere, Mm-hmm. California and other states where it's totally legal now, absolutely, we get it. We understand how many different ways you can get your cannabis, but that's not quite the case elsewhere, I would imagine.
And there are other edibles like brownies and cookies and stuff like that. They infuse cannabis in a lot of things, right?
Everything. You can infuse it in everything. You can make can of butter and put it on your bread. No, I mean, the flavor is going to be a little bit different. I mean, like I said, cannabis is very strong. But if you don't mind the flavor, or if you get used to it or whatever, and you know what I mean, you can put it on anything. And the reason they're doing this is because it has damn near miraculous medicinal effects,
Yeah.
For example, stopping seizures in kids.
I have a story about cannabis edibles, all right? So my coworker, he's obviously over the age of 21. It's legal for him to do this, but he came home to his roommates who just made fresh brownies and said, he didn't know that they were cannabis, and it's for his friend's anxiety. Well, he came home, started eating a couple brownies, said, wow, these are really good, and kept eating them. Next day, shows up to work stumbling. And I'm like, dude, are you okay? He's like, dude, I'm seeing rainbow unicorns right now, man, and they are creepy. I'm like, you're done. You need to go tell the manager right now. He's like, no. Sorry, I'm kind of laughing about it because it's still in my head. Like, he was so messed up. Anyway, so on to our last thing. Best Southern California amusement parks. Now, I'm focusing on amusement parks for Southern California because I feel like I haven't touched on amusement parks a little bit, Now,
I don't know, we got a bunch and people usually know about them.
Obviously, you're going to know about the major ones, like Knott's Berry Farm and Universal Studios.
Six Flags.
Yeah, Disneyland and Legoland even.
Magic Mountain, I guess. Six Flags
Magic Mountain.
Yeah.
SeaWorld. Now, there are, like, zoos that we also have, like the Los Angeles Zoo and the San Diego Zoo and SeaWorld.
Well, San Diego Zoo is legendary.
Yeah.
I grew up in Nebraska and I knew about San Diego Zoo.
Yeah, like, everybody
Los Angeles,
knows
though, huh?
that. Yeah, Los Angeles has one.
Good.
I don't know. Never been there. But here's something you guys may not know. We also have dinner shows, like big ones, like really big.
Where?
All right, so this one is in Buena Park, California. No idea where that is.
I think it's around LA. I'm not sure though.
Well, if it is, then all the power to them because
there's all kinds of things to do.
Yeah.
In LA.
So this one that I'm going to talk about, it's a pirate's dinner adventure show. Full of swords, stunts, pirates swing from ropes. There are plenty of funny moments with pirates, cracking jokes.
Los Angeles, Orange County. Oh, it's all. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I've never ever been here. Okay, but it does sound really cool, and I want to go. Soft drinks are included. Included,
duder.
But they are included with the dinner. The address 7600 Beach Boulevard in Buena Park, California. Again, don't know where Buena Park is.
Buena Park.
I don't care. Oh, here's another big one.
Dude, no way.
Medieval Times dinner show. This show features a tournament between knights.
Where is it?
All right, this one is also in Buena Park.
Buena Park, yeah.
All right. This show features a tournament between knights of the realm in the flag toss, ring toss, and javelin throw.
That's pretty cool.
Followed by the same jousting with authentic medieval weapons. Wow. One knight is left to claim the title of the new champion. So I guess they crown a new champion every night. This one, if you want to go check it out, is at 1838 and 762 Beach Boulevard. There's two locations on the same street for some reason.
Kind of cool.
Buena Park, California. So, here's some smaller theme parks. We're gonna give some extra to Southern California here. Here we go. Sky Park at Santa Village. Sky Park at Santa's Village is an outdoor adventure park with year-round mountain bike trails and winter-themed amusement park. Santa's Village, which includes historic log cabin, restaurants and shops, character experiences, and North Pole-themed attractions. It's open year-round.
Let's switch gears for a minute here.
All right, go ahead.
Something I want to bring up before we end this video, which we're about to do because it's getting kind of long.
Yeah.
The Whaley House in San Diego.
Yes, in Old Town San Diego.
Old Town San Diego, the Whaley House. It's thought of as one of the most haunted houses in the United States. It has a very interesting history. They used to have the courthouse out of the same area, the same house. It was like right next to the actual house. There's a big courtroom. It's got all kinds of like ghosts and so on, and like the stories of like and they have an email set up where you can email them pictures that you took at Whaley House if you captured like a ghost or like a weird phenomenon on camera.
David caught one of a dog.
It was a lot of fun.
And
yeah, it was neat.
He ended up losing that phone or something.
How I lost the photo. I emailed it to myself and I lost it.
Yeah, but it was weird. Photo basically it like deleted itself. It was
I was in the theater on the second floor, and there are these cardboard cutouts of curtains, and there are two cutouts in the front and two cutouts behind those front cutouts, and they're literally, it's just like not cardboard, it's like plywood, but it's painted to look like curtains, open curtains, and the front curtains had light cast on them from the window, which was like over here. Here are the curtains, this is the stage, and this was the window. And then the back curtains didn't have any light cast on them because they were, set back farther. And I took this picture of it. I just thought it was a really cool little room, and so I took a picture of it. And in the picture, there was this light pattern in the shape of a trotting dog on the back right curtain when you're looking right at him.
Yeah. And there's absolutely
and I
no
kept
way
looking at the picture, and I looked at the thing, and I double and triple and quadruple checked the light, and there was just no light shining on those back curtains. None of it. They weren't in shadow, but there was no like reflection of light on them at all. But in the picture, it was this perfect reflection of light that literally looked like a trotting dog. And there is, in the brochure, you'll read about a dog ghost. And what's crazy is in the 70s, my mother-in-law saw a dog laying on a couch, and she came back like 20, 30 years later with us, and she read in the brochure about this ghost dog that I guess nobody had known about when she saw it. She just thought it was a regular dog. Freaked her out a little bit. And then I caught this, I don't know why we always catch the dog, but whatever.
All right.
But there are a lot of like human ghosts and stuff, and it's a lot of fun. If you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, go ahead and go check Old Town San Diego for that Whaley House experience. They have guided tours, they have personal tours, and they have also self-guided tours. It was also on an episode of Ghost Adventures, if you want to go check that out on YouTube. Yeah, it was. Anyway, we thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and smash that like button. Give us a subscribe. We have a Facebook page up right now, so if you guys want to, go ahead and go like that Facebook page. You can get notified of all the times of our new posts before we post them. And also you guys can give us feedback on how we did. Anyway, we thank you, and we'll see you next time.